Yay, Smite! What is up, people? Lordking Science here with another Smite playlist. This time we're doing an overview of Chronos. Another bot game as usual, just because it's easier. So Chronos is a mage, as you may have guessed. He's also a robot. So he is usually, I think he's mid lane. I don't see a lot of Chronos. I saw one earlier that played solo lane top. Or solo lane in Conquest is not really a top. Gotta stop calling it that. So he can do that. He did pretty well, actually. But yeah, so Chronos is a mage. Unlike most mages, though, he does focus more on auto attacks than he does his actual spells. His spells do a good amount of damage because you're building AP, obviously, or magic power, rather. This is not League. Gotta get away from those terms. But he does do more auto attack damage than spells. And when we get in the game, we'll show you his passive. I'll give you a rundown of his abilities now. His passive is a clock. So there's 4 quadrants, as you see here. So the first one will heal you. Second gives you full refund for your abilities. Third increases your ability power, magic power. And your fourth gives you ability power in terms of your auto attack. So then, like 45% of your ability power is used towards auto attacking. Nope. Yes, I know I'm leaving the base with items. Relax. So this is usually where you're building him. You're going to be building one of these two, Demonic Gripper, Telekinesis Rings. I'm going to go for Telekinesis Ring first, because I want the magical power, and I don't really need the magical protection. So here's where we reduce their magical protection, and this one it does 40 additional magical damage per auto attack. So as you see, 1, 2, 3, or that's 4. So your 2, give you a quick run on his abilities. Accelerate. You move faster, gain speed over time, and when you activate it, it gives you one of these abilities. So I'll use it here in 1 second. So this mana refund. So 1 puts a little thing on the ground that explodes, and 3 shoots that ball out. The ball over time at its max range will stun people. So you use that as a engager kind of, and this is, if I can catch up here. Nope. Turn on, pick up a mirror then. So there's that, and there's that. So his 1 is similar to most ground explosions. Boom, explodes. Give you a quick overview of that. Rift in time, dealing damage to everyone in the area. Then stop time, shoots forward spinning gears. Anyone who is hit by this attack they slow down both attack speed and movement speed, and to a stun, taking damage on the initial hit. So pretty much you want to hit people first with that, because then it's really easy to alright. Hit by the turret there. It's really easy to land your 1. Although you can use your 1 to engage. It's similar to Nox's ability. And I think I'm actually going to build this one first because I want the basic attack. So usually what I like to do when I'm playing Chronos is I like to land my 2 when it's on the 4th quadrant on the far left there, the little dagger hand there. And when I get back up here, I will show you exactly what that does for you. Use that now. The hardest thing, Chronos is listed as a hard god to play. Honestly, if you're good at timing, you'll be fine at him. Fuck. Ate that in the face. You just gotta kind of know where your clock is without having to stare at it all the time, because that can kind of screw you up if you're constantly glancing at that clock. So I try to keep a running count in my head of just, where that clock is. But the one thing you want to be aware of, or something I find particularly hard about him, is using your 1. It's really hard because as soon as you use 1, your cursor goes away. So if you're in the middle of a fight and there's shit in front of you, really hard to see what you're aiming at and what you're actually hitting. So it can really, really fuck you up. But also that much means I'm stupid. So his ult. You go into this little ball. You roll back 8 seconds in time. You go back to wherever you were, and you regain the health and mana you had at that time. It does take a couple seconds to cast. I'll see if there's any cast time here. There's not. But it takes you, 1-2 seconds to go full ball. So if you use your ult when you're about to get fucked up, you might still die from that because you're not actually ulting yet. You gotta kind of like build up to it. Oh, no, run away! Run away! Oh, thank you, Cupid. I love you. So you have to be aware of that. So use it wisely. You can't necessarily use it to escape unless you have a second or two to spare. So if you're down at like this health I'm at right now and someone's attacking you, if you use your ult, you're pretty much dead anyway, so there's not much point to it. So just be aware of that. Chronos Pendant. Again, I'm not really going into builds too much for a lot of these guys because I don't really have set, here's the perfect build, or, you know, here's what you should do. So whatever build I'm doing is just kind of, I'm usually going off whatever is set up here. Unless there's something specific, unless I play the god a lot. And even then, I kind of hesitate just because I am not the best Smite player in the world, obviously. And you can use your passive accordingly to what you're doing. So right there, I landed on the third quadrant because I wanted to get more ability power off on these guys. I wanted to use more of my spells, like my 1. Holy fuck, I keep missing my 1. I'm so terrible at it. Wow, okay. So yeah, be aware of where your stun is. Because again, you saw Thor right there got stunned and I missed my 1 because he did not continue moving forward. So be aware of that. But yeah, that's pretty much Chronos. You have... your most power does, again, come from your auto attacks. You really have to be up on that. I mean, I've played games versus Artemis, who's an exceptionally strong auto attack god, where I will completely destroy her in one-on-one fights where she's just auto attacking me. This is a good way to save your teammates too. And you see I'm chunking down a mirror here without really trying. And that's what I mean. You see how it takes that second to use your ult? You do not have... it does not make you invulnerable. It does not protect you. So you really have to use it wisely. I'm going to pretend that that was me demonstrating how to not use it wisely. In truth, I just suck and was not paying attention. So that's one of the things you got to watch out for when you're playing Chronos. Is you really... you don't... thankfully don't lose your cooldown if you die while you're using your ult. So that's a nice feature of it, so you don't get fucked over quite as hard. But that is something definitely to be aware of, that you are not immortal when you're doing it. That's good to use that here, because now I'm back to full without... come here, more. There you go. And you see, look how much damage I'm doing to Amir right now. I'm hitting him, and I'm doing an extra... I was doing an extra, like, 19 or 20 damage per auto attack with my 2-up. On the 4th quadrant. So that really adds a huge chunk of damage. So I'm doing 65 auto attack plus the extra 20 that I'm adding on just because my ability power is kind of low right now. So again, as you level up as you get more ability... oh, holy shit. I should not have turned around. I was like, is it safe? Is it safe? And I turned around and he's punching me around the face. So I'll see if it actually gives you a percentage. Oh yeah, here. So you gain 35% of your magical power contributes to your auto attack. So you again, so you get 35% of your magic power damage, whatever you want to call it, added on to your auto attacks. So if you build attack speed and ability power, you're gonna be in a good spot. Try to land him with a stun here. And you really do a shitload of damage with Chronos. So if you guys get good at him, you will go far. Not a lot of people know how to deal with Chronos. Come here, you whore. Not a lot of people know how to deal with or play Chronos. So he seems, to me at least, pretty good for pub stomping. I've only played him a handful of times, usually in Assault when I get randomed him. But when you're playing him, you can just absolutely destroy people. Between your ult and just your high damage, at least at lower levels, which is what I'm playing at right now, and which I assume a good portion of you guys are playing at as well. Lower level people do not expect a mage to chunk you down this hard with auto attacks, and they will not expect that. A lot of people will be willing to trade with you, such as like the enemy team's AD carry will be usually very willing to trade with you in auto attacks, thinking, oh, you know, I have this in the bag, whatever. I don't know if you actually add the ability power on here or not. I think you do. It doesn't show up there, but it might just be combining it all. Yeah, so it doesn't show as ability power when you're attacking turrets, but it does add it on. So I was doing 74 something, and then it dropped down to 42 when the passive ended. So that works on towers as well, or phoenixes, or wherever the hell you're attacking. So keep that in mind when you're doing that. Definitely, definitely useful when trying to nuke down objectives. I'm dying a lot more here than usual just because Chronos is super fucking squishy. I'm level 10 with only 1,000 health. But yeah, so that's that. There's some pretty fucking sweet Chronos skins too if you can find them. I don't know where you can get the Chronos 64 skin, but it's pretty much just 64-bit Chronos. Or not 64-bit, sorry, 64 Nintendo 64 style graphics, which is absolutely amazing. So yeah, remember to use your 2 to chase people down. See if I can catch Thor here. Come back here, Thor. Thor, come back, I love you. Thor, I have a present. Come on, 2, come back up, 2. Damn it. So you use your 2 to catch people and chase them, because it gives you, or to escape yourself, obviously. So again, your 1 heals you, 2 returns mana, 3 just increases your ability power, and 4 increases it in terms of your auto attacks. So you gotta... Ra! Where are you, Ra? Come out to play. No, run away! But I highly recommend anyone who likes to play mages to try Chronos. Don't be put off by that rating of hard on him. It really doesn't seem to have too much effect. I mean, it's obviously something to be aware of. So if you're not as skilled, just be aware of it. But he's not that difficult if you pay attention and can keep the count running, as I said. Oh, so I'm gonna use my ult here, and now I'm back with cooldowns as well. Double kill. Triple kill. See, I always have problems. The hardest thing about him for me is just aiming his number 1 ability without looking at it. Like, you really have to pay attention to where you're aiming, and it can be really hard to see. At least for me. Oh, you whores. So close. I got greedy there at the end. I'll show you the damage after this, just so you can see the kind of damage I'm pulling off right now. And again, take everything here with a grain of salt. This is a bot game. These are not real players. These are not how real players will behave. You will die a lot more, potentially, or a lot less, depending on who you're playing against and their skill level, obviously. And their builds will definitely include more magic resistance. As you see here, only Emir has magic resistance. So that's really something to keep in the front of your mind there. Just that this is not an accurate depiction of how your games will go. This is just an overview of the god. And I say that just because I don't want people to get disheartened if they tried and don't do as well, or run into some more problems that they're not seeing here. Damn it. I'll use my 2 anyways, even though I did not have my thing up like I wanted it to. Man, yes, fucking sniped. Put in my COD montage. And you obviously don't have to use your 2 on the 4. You can use them whenever you need to if you need to catch up to somebody like that. I should not have. I was wanting to wait for the passive to come back up onto the 4 so I could get more attack damage when I really should have just used it to chase down Ra. That's me for you. So there's that game, and I'll show you the damage afterwards. I know I didn't do that before. And I Probably should have, so you guys can kind of get an idea of the stats and stuff. Not the stats, the just the damage outcome. So you can see a little bit what's going on here. I might be recording another one of these later today. I'm not sure. I think I probably am, actually. I'll probably record it right after this one. Of another overview. Probably Loki. Might be Aphrodite. I've been playing her more. I really like Aphrodite. So we'll see here. Yeah, player damage 21,000. Again, bot game, but this is pretty average. Usually I'm hitting around 20 to 28,000 in actual matches. Which I need to record. I need to record some actual matches and upload those. And I'll eventually get to that eventually. But yeah, so that's the end of this video. Be sure to look for my Loki or Aphrodite video coming up shortly after this one. Follow me on Twitter @ScrubPlays, and have a good day.